the road to hell is always paved with good intentions, or at least that's what they say, because at 10 o'clock today, we're going to see how well those intentions are, because you have some Congress people who are trying to halt the release of these e-files because, as they put it was good people tied to the situation, but they did nothing wrong. Baby, you can't be a good person tied to a bad situation, not like this, of epic fuck up proportions. Now, New Jersey, that's your boy right there, Van Drew, that said that y'all, it's got to be a different way to release these because sloppy disclosures could harm people connected, but they did nothing wrong. Now, how are you connected, but you ain't do nothing wrong? Because, baby, in this situation, ain't no way that you could be hooked up to this and ain't have your hands dirty whatsoever. Now, here's the thing. Y'all know I'm good for giving y'all some homework. So if you do have a Republican congressperson, you need to call them. You need to call them today, because here's the thing. Thomas Massey is doing the work now. His discharge petition will absolutely force them to have to release all of those files unredacted. However, they are doing everything that they can to discredit this. Now he's saying, look, I got the numbers. He was like, I can do this. He was like, all I need is 218 votes. That means 212 Democrats and at least two Republicans. Now, here's the thing. We know that some of y'all are straddling the fence, so that's why you need to get on them phones and call them and let them know, because too many people are out here trying to be reelected, and let them know that this is tied to their reelection. Now, of course, the White House has issued their combat of this and said that if you do this, they want you to know that this is viewed as a hostile act to the administration. Now, that's got a couple of them on edge. Now, I don't know what that man with the glued down hair and his little wispy wiglet got on y'all, but y'all need to stop this. How y'all afraid? Because at the end of the day, if any of this stuff ever gets leaked, y'all know that, you're going to have to answer for it. Now, when you see people like Nancy Mace walk out of there in tears because she has now signed on. Now, we don't know if this is performative or, she's trying to win y'all's votes so she can stay on the hill. And then you have Boebert. Then you have none other than MTG. All of these people who were die hard in that man's pocket, putting on his bronzer and what have you, now all of a sudden. Again, do understand that if these victims get the chance to speak, it will no longer be classified as a hoax as they're trying to do this. It will no longer be able to be seen as something that. And do not be fooled by Johnson and all of them releasing documents from the Oversight Committee saying that, oh, we're trying to make the American people more aware and help them be more informed and, allow them a glimpse into what's happened. This is all stuff that we've already seen, already know. And most of it's redacted. We want the unredacted copies. We want to hear from those victims, give them the chance to tell their stories, because you have people like Tim Burchett who says, we got to protect the ladies. Baby, if you was protecting the ladies, then this shit would have never happened. If you were protecting the ladies, then you would want to shine as much light on this dark corner as possible so that this can stop happening and won't happen again. But that's not what you want to do. You want to delay and try to make it so that when they go ahead and introduce their bill and be able to stall this, that we can't see what we need to see. Y'all need to go ahead and just know that at the end of the day got to end. And so does, the reign of terror. And at the end of the day, you have to know that one day everything you do in the dark will come to light. And the fact that these people have to have their chance to really speak and have their piece, and they're going to have it. Because y'all have acted like little rabid dogs about this little paperwork. And baby, y'all got that little man over there with that little wispy wiglet nervous. America's not a real place, and here we are trying to protect a whole house full of folks who are just trying to say, these were good people, just tied to this situation. The call is coming from inside the house.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.